It's your man JayGravesReport, and welcome to the College Football Weekly Preview, Week 10. Y'all know how we get it in, so let's get it in. Previewing the top 5 ball games of the weekend, so let's get right to it. Now, can you believe that it's the 10th week of college football, bruh? We having so much fun, we can't even keep up with the time. So let's go out to the ACC. We got number 2, Florida State, going to Louisville to play the number 25 Louisville Cardinals. Now, here's the deal. I'm going to tell you right now, Florida State comes in to win this ball game. We ain't even going to play around with it. I know everybody in America is looking for famous Jameis to lose. But let me tell you this. He's coming into this ball game with more than 1,800 yards and 13 touchdowns. The Don has never lost a ball game as a starter at Florida State. So to bet against him is like betting against Floyd Money Mayweather, playboy. I'm not going to bet against him until he loses. Florida State is on a 23-game win streak. Listen to what I'm saying to you, bruh. 23-game winning streak. No way do you bet against these duds. They coming off of a bye after beating Notre Dame. And all you Notre Dame fans out there can quit whining. Your boy was out there blocking and setting picks on boys. You can't do that. You lost the ball game. Let's move on. Now, but here's the deal. Louisville's not going down easy because they got the number 1 defense in the country. In total defense, they only give up 245 yards a game. They got the best rush defense in America, only giving up 68 yards a game. They got the best takeaway defense in terms of interceptions. They got 15 interceptions on the year, which is second in the country. Hey, Louisville is the real deal, but I can't bet against famous Jameis, not when you got old Doug bike riding Bobby Petrino on the other side. Y'all keep in mind, that's the same Doug that had a broad on the back of the bike that wasn't his wife, sightseeing, looked up at the bird and crashed the motorcycle. Did you see that Doug in the press conference with that doggone neck brace on? You think that he's gonna show up and beat famous Jameis and they ain't won a ball and they ain't lost a ball game in almost 2 years? Come on, in more than 2 years. Come on, bruh. Let's keep it real all the way 100, whichever comes first. Let's move on to the next ball game. Now, let's go down to the SEC. We got these duds ain't even ranked. You got Florida, 3-3. Old Doug Will Muschamp and Company coming to town, going to the world's largest cocktail party to play the Georgia Bulldogs, is ranked 11th. Now, here's the deal. It's no Todd Gurley in this ball game. The NCAA got him bent over, screwing him like crazy. Listen to this. He got to sit out for 4 games. He got to repay $400, which is cool. I get that. $400 of the $3,000 that he made over 2 years in autograph. But then they got done doing 40 hours worth of community service. Now, if I'm his daddy, I'm saying, son, you may as well stop right now, get an agent, and get ready for the NFL draft, because there's nothing you can do to increase your stock, and you're not about to go out here and do 40 hours of community service for taking money on the side like you some type of criminal. No way. I mean, how humiliating is that? How you going to make a boy take 40 hours of community service like he went out and robbed a liquor store or something, bruh? I mean, let's keep it real. Now, I got something to say to old Doug Will Muschamp. Go on, pack your stuff up real neatly and nice, because it's a U-Haul coming from Michigan. They already picking up Brady Holt stuff. They gonna come on down the way, pick your stuff, and they gonna drive everything you and Brady Holt got right into the doggone ocean. Duh! Hey, Georgia gonna beat the brakes off these boys so bad, they're not even gonna let Will Muschamp back in the facility. They already took his keys this morning. Hey, after the game's over, you can just go and walk to the crib. We ain't gonna let you ride the bus back with the team. Let's move on to the next ball game. Now, we got number 17, Utah. Goes out to the desert to play number 14, Arizona State. Now, here's the deal. Let's not waste too much time on this ball game. Utah is the real deal. They've been looking good all year. They 6-1, only lost 1 ball game. Yeah, I get that, all that. But Arizona State has beat these duds 10 in a row. Last time Utah beat Arizona was 1976, bruh. Keep that in mind. You know what was going on in 1976? In 1976, Lou Holtz was still wearing baggies with his shirt open, with his chest out, and the Dunn didn't have a lisp. Hey, Lou chipped his tooth and cut his mouth on a bag of Funyuns and been spitting on boys ever since, dude. I'm going with Arizona State to win this ball game. Let's move on to the next ball game. Now, we got number 7, TCU, going out to West Virginia, to Morgantown to play number 20, West Virginia. Now, TCU comes into this ball game after putting up 82 points against old Dove, Texas Tech last week. Trayvon Boykin. Keep telling you, boys, he's the real deal. He comes in with more than 2,300 yards and 21 touchdowns, bruh. But it won't be easy, because on the other side, you got Clint Trickett coming in with more than 2,700 yards and 17 touchdowns. West Virginia's the real deal. Yeah, I know they lost 2 ball games, but think about who they lost to. They got beaten the first game of the season on a neutral site in Atlanta, playing the Alabama Crimson Tide, was ranked number 2. In my opinion, right now, Alabama's the best team in the country. I'm just going to keep it real, all the way 100, whichever comes first. Then they show up and get beat. Then they get beat by OU, who was ranked number 4. So they the real deal. Neither one of these teams going to play defense this weekend, because that's just what it is. I mean, neither one of them play defense. So it's going to be a doggone track meet. And you might as well put your goggles on, bro, because they're going to be running back and forth all night. But at the end of the day, TCU comes out of this ball game with a win. Let's move on to the next ball game. Now, it's the big one. Down in the South, the SEC, we got number 3, Auburn. Shows up to the Doug Grove to play number 4, Ole Miss. Now, we're going to remember this day forever, especially all the folks in Mississippi gonna remember this day forever. It's gonna be 2056, and boys in Mississippi gonna be talking about, remember when Ole Miss was ranked number 4? That's the last time y'all gonna be ranked number 4 ever again. Duh. Hey, Auburn's gonna show up in the Grove and do donuts and circles all through the Grove, tear up all the grass, beat the brakes off these boys. I'm just going to keep it real. Last week showed you what Ole Miss was. I've been telling you for 5 or 6 weeks, Ole Miss wasn't the real deal. Why? Because they aren't in a position to understand how to play when you got a target on your back. Oh, Doug Wallace showed up at LSU last weekend, let boys get to him. He out there arguing and wrestling, talking crazy with the fans. He out there pushing boys, getting unsportsmanlike conducts, etc. He can't compose himself because he doesn't understand how to play as the hunted. So now, Nick Marshall and company is going to come in town, beat the brakes off these boys, and we won't ever have to hear about Ole Miss again. Like I say, it'll be 2056. And boys in Mississippi gonna be talking about, remember when we was ranked number 4? Remember when we almost made it to the college football playoff? Because you done at this point. I'm telling you like this. Erase the date. Erase the date, because they gonna get blown out. Hey, it's your man Jay Graves Report from the JayGravesReport.com, or you can hit me up on Twitter at JayGravesReport so you can holler at your boy.